All right, good. Good. We're underway. So I saw a lot of you guys had a lot of good trades today, huh? Just looking at some of the screenshots in the last 10 minutes. And I guess it kind of makes sense. We've had the MES, well, the S&P on a ripper. Isn't it easy to make money when the market moves? What do you think? Much easier to make money when the market moves, right? As in it's directional rather than sideways.
Definitely.
Yeah, so then I think the real key, the real 80-20 thing is to be able to identify when it's sideways, so you don't touch it at that point. Just touch it other times, whenever you want to, when it's not sideways. A day like today seems like perfect. Here, let's put on a 15-minute chart. There we go. So we have the 9:30 open. Where was that? About here, 9:30. Look at that. First down, and then it's a ripper. Pretty cool. So that's the fun part. Just be able to identify when is it not going sideways, which isn't very often, to be honest. Days like today, a lot of people make money, and it's great. Make money, it's a good thing. But you have 2 days like this, and all of a sudden you think you know what you're doing. Oh boy. Then all of a sudden the market goes sideways for a week. And because you sized up with overconfidence, you're screwed. You just blew up everything. You blew up your profits and your account. How many times have we seen that, huh? Way too many times. So enjoy the days like this. So days like this are what you wait for. Ideally, your setup, your strategy, your mindset allows you to wait for it. And then you have a good time. You don't touch it on other days, and you just wait for the next day. That's something like this, simple and clean. All right. So moving all these things away. All right, this was interesting. I was looking at this earlier. This is what, 8 in the morning? Descending wedge, but really the momentum is what I'm looking at on the 15-minute chart. You can see this reverse hammer went down. This was a little tricky with the buying pressure here, but this went straight down. But I had put a line here after I saw the reverse hammer. I saw this candle was all the way down here. It closed up there. But when it was down here, that's when I put this level on, thinking, let's see if it breaks and retest. Turns out there was a lot of news or something happened, and it just dropped, and the whole thing was invalid, so did not touch it. That was the only thing I looked at on the S&P. That was earlier. Since then, I haven't looked at it. I'm looking at it now. If I was here an hour ago, maybe I would have possibly put a level here after this big candle here, put a level here. If it came back to retest, I'd be interested, but that didn't happen anyway. What else? This is interesting. This is too early in the day. It's too close to the New York Open. I don't think I'd be playing with it. You have this massive indecision, then it goes up, and there's your retest of the indecision, that area. But it's usually this range, this time of day where I don't even look at it. So that's not for me. Anyways, right now, what's interesting is we've got lots of bullish activity, lots of momentum. Here's your little bit of a consolidation. Now it's going up. I put it there, put the level right there. You can see there's resistance, pull down, break up. But I'm not seeing a tremendous amount of momentum. So if it comes back and retests, I'm not going to take it as a retest. It could retest, it could go, but this is not convincing enough. It had a lot of momentum, then it slowed down, and the momentum isn't exactly back, is it? It's slower and smaller than all this stuff. You know what this looks like? Very simple. A lot of momentum, and the momentum is slowing and likely to become more choppy before it continues up or down, which may happen today, may happen another day. No idea. Anyways, so that's not interesting. Similar story here. I'm in Q. A little wilder, huh? You can see this activity. Tough to trade. I got into one here on oil. When was this? When was it? Earlier over here, yes. So the chart looked something like this. Probably looked like this when I saw it. This candle, lots of momentum. This white one and then another white one broke out of obvious resistance. So I put the level there, wait for the retest. Came back, and it was in this area where I got long and took the stop out. So that's it. That's the only little bit I did today. Since then, you can trade a false breakout, which is another strategy, but it's not something I've been using lately. Would have been a tougher one anyway. And gold's just a great big mess. I haven't looked at it today at all. I looked at it earlier, and it was just a mess. All right, so that's what I see. Not much going on at the moment, but it's already been quite a lot of fun. things could carry on being fun, but right now it's time to slow down a bit, I think. What do y'all think? Anyone get some good trades? Let's hear about them. I saw quite a few screenshots. Anyone want to share what you did, how you did it? That'll be good. Hear from everyone. Don't be shy. It's okay to make money. Don't be afraid of it. You guys are so used to losing all the time. When you make money, you can't even talk about it. It's a psychological problem. All traders have that problem. All right, we got nothing to talk about. We can end the session here. No big deal. What's going on with this thing? There we go. Let's see, what else can we discuss? I had some fun ones yesterday. Everything going up. That was okay. Oh yeah, this was here, I believe. Was it here? I don't know. So take a look at this yesterday. I think it was this area where I got involved. I don't know if it was here. I think it looks like it was here. And the target was in this zone, which it got to eventually. But look at this. Let's say you enter in this area. Right, that's your entry and your target's here. Let's call it 102.40. You enter long, right? It starts to work. And it does this. This is an hour where it goes nowhere. A lot of people freak out. If you're watching it, you freak out. If you don't watch it, you don't know what's happening. And then this stuff, another hour of going sideways. If you're watching it, you freak out. Look at that, that's probably 2 hours now. And it goes up, starts putting in heavy wicks, almost gets to your target. Once you see a wick here, you probably take it off. A lot of people would. And then again, it got even lower. This is freaky. Now you're getting upset. You get angry when this happens because it went there and it lost 30% of its value. You're looking at the unrealized P and L, you're freaking out, right? And it does all this again, makes a higher high, but it keeps putting in those sellers right there. But if you don't touch it, eventually there you are, 102.40, right? So that's what I pulled off yesterday. And the only way to go through all this that I know of is to get on with life. Really, go do something you enjoy. Some other stuff. Don't sit here and watch it. This whole thing took about 11 hours. I shared this one with you guys yesterday. So, you know, again, the whole thinking is after you put on the trade, and ideally it goes in your favor quickly and you can move your stop to break even fairly quickly, but you know, within half an hour of entering. After that, your job's done. There's nothing left to do. It either hits your stop, which is break even, no loss, or it hits your target and you make a tremendous amount of money. That's all there is. That's a tough one. That's a tough psychology to embody, to embrace, and to execute. But that's where I believe the big money is made. If you really want to step up and grow your trading, I think this is where it is. Otherwise, just keep partialing all the time and, you know, diluting your position and freaking out when it does a little pullback, whatever. Of course, there's every opportunity you're going to stop at a break even after being up 10R, and that's fine. You didn't lose anything. It wasn't your money anyway. You're thinking you gave money back. It wasn't yours to give back. So don't think of it that way. But this is the kind of trading I'm interested in these days. Find momentum, get in with momentum, have a major target in mind. It loses momentum along the way. Don't play with it, just leave it alone. And then it hits your target eventually. So no big deal. It's a fun way to do it. I saw a lot of you guys getting some good ones. 5R, 10R, really getting going with these big ones. It's great. In the last couple of days, looking at the screenshots. Good work, guys. I think that's the way to trade. It really is. The market is so abundant, you know, it's amazing. So what if you don't make money on one trade or 5 trades in a row? It doesn't matter. We'll have another 10 opportunities in the next 3 days. Even one of them works, it's okay. It's pretty cool. Got into gold yesterday. It was here. There's a level. I think it was this area where I put that resistance. You got the break, and the retest was down here, and went to the target, which I believe my target was not even. I think it was here. It was here, one of these areas right here. This happened quickly. It was about an hour and a half or something. But it easily could have taken 12 hours to get up to. Could have. I have no idea. I have no way of telling that it's gonna be a ripper. It's gonna go up straight up, like a rocket. No idea. All I know is the setup's there. It's worth putting risk on, and that's it. Beyond that, I don't know anything. Just leave it alone. There is no magic 8 ball or something. Just leave it alone. This is interesting. Did it go short? Yeah. Would have been interesting to catch this entry short. Difficult, I think. It's there. Anyway, so that's what I see. What's on your minds, guys? I'm happy to save my voice, not talk too much.
Sorry, Avi, I wasn't here. Can you please tell me about what you did in crude oil? What kind of position you took long? From where?
Yeah, sure. Yesterday, what was it? It was in this area, I believe. I don't remember exactly. It was probably here. I saw momentum breakout, or maybe it was in this area. Saw the momentum, and on the 1-minute chart got the break and retest entry. And the whole point was that the target's up here, and for it to go from here about 2 or 3 a.m. up to this point, which was like 2 p.m. It was like 11 hours. That's the trickiest part of this whole trade. Now, catching a break in a retest of a breakout is no big deal. We've done that 1,000 times. But being able to hold it for a serious target, that was the real challenge. I mean, for me, it was what time? I don't know, probably 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, and it was 9 at night when the position finally hit the target. Definitely wasn't sitting here all day watching it. Did 100 different things yesterday. So that's the idea. It's nothing more than just another retest of a breakout. Nothing new at all. Simple thing, catch momentum and go. But then hold it. Of course, de-risk it once it goes in your favor. So in this case, let's say if you enter long here and it stops below, you can see this obvious resistance just recently. So once it breaks out of there, starts printing new highs, so it's up in this area, that's when it makes sense to bring the stop to break even and leave it there. So if these sellers take over again over here and push down, that's it. You don't want to be in it, right? They could easily push it down like they did before. But if they're up there, then that's it. Let it go.
Sorry, so that candle that closed on 30 minutes, is it 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Yeah, so after that candle closed, you took the trade from like where you saw the opportunity, because I'm just saying.
Nice. Yeah, you want to see the exact detail.
Which candle closed, then you went long?
Yeah, I don't remember actually. I don't even have it here. Was it this one? No, let me see if I can remember it. Maybe it was this one. No, this one actually makes sense. This would have made sense. Let's say I identified momentum coming in here, then a bit of resistance and more momentum. So at the top of this candle, when this closed, I would identify these candles. The price is moving up. It broke out of here. And here's a recent resistance point if it breaks out. Let's see if that worked out on 1 minute. I don't remember exactly. It could have been that one. It could have been the one just lower than that. So this is what that would look like. So there you go. There's that resistance point. You have an obvious breakout, very clean, very neat, comes back to the breakout zone right here. And it doesn't actually penetrate into this consolidation. It just goes a little bit. It doesn't go beyond halfway into this consolidation, right? If it comes down here near the bottom of it, then it's not a retest. Now it's just going back the other way. But this sits, in the upper half of this consolidation, so that's perfectly all right. If you like to look at it, you've got a double bottom. You can enter with that. If I was trading this one, it would have been wait for the first bullish candle for the retest. So, but these two big red candles right away after that, I'm not touching it because there's momentum going down. Then it consolidates, then a little push down, and there's your bullish activity. If I'm looking at this in real time, I would say it would be like this. There's the little breakdown, but not really because it just closed right there. That one's interesting. It pushes up, and it's a little hammer. And this is a really bullish candle right there, right after. You can see the momentum starting to come in. The new high would be the entry of the stop right below this activity. So the entry would have been on this candle, pretty much at the open of this candle. Not the open, sorry, just here at the close of this candle, this area. Stop below, and off it goes. That's how I would do this one. Now, in the other case, if let's say I had identified resistance here, right, and I identified momentum, how would you trade this one? Actually, this is even easier, I think. Let me see. This one is, yeah, this is a bit, this is interesting. You have a breakout, an obvious breakout, pullback, but the pullback again for the retest is very firm. Look at this, straight down, little consolidation, straight down, then it slows down. The momentum slowed down, smaller candle, then indecision, but this is more buying than selling, right? Wick here is bigger than the wick up there. Then the entry would be the new high. Let's stop below. I think it's a little trickier actually, just based on this particular indecision candle. You could do that one. I don't believe I did this one. I think yesterday I went in this area, or sorry, what was it? This area where we were, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's basically what I got into, and that's it. That's the hard work. So you're doing this, once you put on the level, and you put an alert, and it hits your alert probably here. This is when you get alerted at, what is it, 2:15, and then let's say the entry would have been here, 2:24, so 2:25, about 10 minutes of really watching it. And beyond that, then you put an alert for when it's up there. Once it's up there, you stick your stop at break even and leave it alone. So it's really about 10 minutes of work, not much more. It takes about 30 seconds to look at this area, put the level there. And the rest of it is leave it alone, which is what everyone says is the hard work. But if you leave it alone, through all this, you have no idea what's going on, which is not hard. And you're on the golf course or doing whatever you want to do. So yeah, that's the way I'm trading these break and retests.
We have a question. When you zoom back out to the 15 minutes chart, there's like two candle to the left that act like resistance. Like when you did a breakout.
Over here, you're talking about?
No. If you can you zoom out a bit more?
Yeah. Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. So that's interesting. You can use that. That's possible if you like that. But I'm not genuinely using that. The way I'm seeing things here is I'm first looking at momentum. So let's look at this area. This is interesting. A lot of momentum came into this, right? And there's a good reason why I don't do it, or I do it this way. I'll show you. Let's get the level into the range somewhere. All right. So you're watching this price activity. It's basically sideways, and then momentum comes into it, right? Now, when this candle closes, I can see, okay, there was a lot of momentum here. This is a reverse hammer, and then a continued momentum. All right. Now, when it's closing, then I'm looking directly to the left, not far, just recent left. Is there a little consolidation? Was it going sideways and then it started having momentum? Yeah, this is an obvious one. There was support right here. That's it. And there was momentum. Look at this. Now, if you put the line here, you identify the support. You notice there was all sideways. There was no momentum. It's all just chop. Then the momentum came. Once the momentum comes, then I look to the left and I identify the most recent area where the momentum broke out from, which was right here in this case. Then I'll put the level here, and if it came back to retest, I'd find the entry on that. In this case, it did not. So that's how I'm seeing it. Now, what you're talking about is you would look down here and say, all right, there's support here, wait for that breakout. You can do that, but you'd miss out on all this opportunity. I think this is just a lot simpler. I'm not looking too far away. I'm really looking at real-time price action. Again, the priority for me is to identify the time in which the market starts to move, and then catch the retest of that move, basically. And I'm using 15-minute chart because it's easy to identify on 15 compared to a 30 or any other chart I've used. Now, identifying a level like this, like you're talking about, is the other way around, where you're identifying big picture levels and then wait for the price to get there and then see if there's a setup there. For example, you may have identified this and then try to catch a breakout here or a reversal or something. That's a different order of operations, right? That's what I used to do. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm just trying to identify momentum. And usually if it gives me a retest about 30 minutes after momentum began, that's usually the time I tend to get in.
But could this act as a resistance for the breakout that you did to the right?
Breakout that I did, you're talking about here? This one,
Yeah,
you're
could
talking
that be as a resistance there?
Yeah, it could. It could. But that's the fun part, right? You see, let me put it this way. Again, just to bring it back, when I identify the momentum beginning here, I'm looking directly to the left. I'm not looking far to the left. Directly, you can see, because the philosophy is, the belief system is the market consolidates, then it goes sideways. It goes sideways, then it goes directional. Then it goes sideways, then it goes directional. Then it goes sideways, then it goes directional. That's all there is. And when it starts to go directional, especially after it's been going sideways, it's, call it, pent-up energy, a coiled spring. It's ready to go. It starts to go. I'm not really bothered about recent resistance. I'm looking at this point. I start zooming out. and looking for a target way out there, and it was here, this zone, and it got really choppy over there. So I'm really looking in, that's why I'm using the 15-minute chart to be able to identify in a smaller picture what the price action is really doing. This is all consolidation. People call it distribution, accumulation, whatever. I don't give a crap what you call it. To me, it's just sideways price action. That's all it is. And then there's momentum. I just want to be able to catch the momentum as it after it retests, confirming the breakout. That's it. And then the targets are on a bigger picture level. And this is one of those bigger picture levels. You can do that. But the momentum just began here. The consolidation to the breakout. This is a good one. When you have a consolidation going to a breakout, going to retest, my belief is that it's going to make a good, big, strong move after time it does. So I'll plan for a big move, and this was a decently large move. My target was right up here, I think. So I'm not going to go with this recent activity. This is, I mean, if you really want to look at it the other way, if you're identifying your area right here as resistance, look what you're looking at on the other side, getting higher lows. This is an ascending wedge as well, right? So that's a signal for a strong breakout, very strong. Personally, I'm just looking right here, and off it goes. Right, so again, nothing wrong with what you're saying. I used to trade like that. Now I'm trading this way, but I just feel like I can catch these ones better and with more precision and more RVR. So really, whenever I open my charts, you know, it looks like this. It's a 15-minute chart with no levels. It's just like this. This is it. If I see momentum somewhere, if I see momentum happening in real time, then I'll stick a level on it. If there was a breakout, like this is momentum going down, turns out it broke out from here, right? And then the retest seems like it's happening now. What just happened? Let me think. Yeah, there's no room here on the left side to go down. It already made the majority of the move. This is a target area support. So there's not much room, and it's already made the move. So this is not a retest. This is a reversal, which I'm not interested in. This one, leave it alone. So yeah, that's how I'm seeing it.
Avi, can you look at Tesla right now on 15-minute chart?
Mhm.
And I just have a question.
Yeah.
There's a big red candle that just came. And where do you see reversal? I just want to know, because there's the big candle and then small candles.
Yeah.
Where does it should break? Then I see a reversal.
Did you say you saw a red candle? I don't see any red candles.
Yeah, there's a big red candle in the middle, right? Yeah, this one.
I'm trying to zoom in. I still don't see red.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where do you see red?
What's this big middle candle right?
Oh, it's gray. Oh,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
gray. Sorry, I'm seeing in my.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry.
No, I'm just playing. All right. Big bearish candle. How about that? This one, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people love this. Bearish engulfing, go short, blow up an account. Yeah, that's normal. All right. First things first, reversal. You must have a big picture level. So if you're using the 15-minute chart as a big picture, you need a level that you believe in. You know, for example, where do we go? Lines here. This makes sense. I think this was yesterday's high. So it got there. Once it got there, then you're looking for a pattern, a reversal pattern. Now, this to my eyes is just sideways action. If you look at it, yes, one big red candle, gray candle, right? Right there. That doesn't tell you anything on its own. What you want is it for it to continue down, then come back up, and make a double top. Now you got something. This on its own is nothing. And it gets worse because look at that. There's no room to the left. It's just going right back inside this candle. Nothing going on here. It's just chopping. The sellers were here, and looks like they're just call it distribution or accumulation. Again, I don't know. It's just sideways. It's not. There's no room to the left. There's nothing going on here. I don't call this reversal. I don't.
No, I'm not calling reversal right now. But I'm saying, where would I wait? And then I see a candle, then I can see it's a reversal. So I have to wait. The candle closes below the big candle. Does that make sense?
No, not this one. Not this.
Oh.
No. I wouldn't even touch. There's nothing to wait for. It's already telling you that there's no setup. Right now, there's nothing. If anything, it's all consolidation, which you can see now. It's even got higher lows and lower highs, bit of a flag pennant pattern thing. Wait for a breakout up or down, and wait for the retest from this consolidation. Breakout retest. That's it. There's absolutely nothing going on right now. And a lot of people probably got stuck here trying to catch a reversal or yesterday's high, go short. This happens all the time. Be careful with this. There's nothing. Again, naked trading stuff. Room to the left is a key thing. Look to the left is the key thing. Look to the left a lot. A lot of people get so focused in here. And look at your chart real estate. You just look in here, but look at this. All this real estate. You're missing out on 99% of the information. It's telling you where the space is. There was space on the chart here. That was great. But here, there's nothing. Where the price is right now, there's no room to the left. It got here and it got stuck here. That's all we know.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. But be careful again. If you're going in with a bias that there's going to be a reversal here, you may have sat here and waited for 30, 45 minutes, 3 or 4 of these candles, and then created a setup in your head and then traded. That's dangerous. So don't do that. Know what to look for. And if it's not there, it's not there. And most of the time, what you're looking for is not there. 95% of the time, you're not touching the market. Leave it alone. Right? So this is yeah. Also when it comes to fractal patterns, naked trading, this kind of trade, you need to be a little careful with time frames. Meaning, pick a bigger picture, pick levels off a bigger picture, maybe a daily chart, for example. And then I used to, if you remember with all the Avinacci stuff, I used to look for patterns on 2 time frames simultaneously, the 30 and the 1. So I'd have levels wherever I get them from. And then if the price got to a level, then I'd wait for a setup on the 30-minute chart, and then the same setup happening at the same time on the 1-minute chart, then I'd take the trade. Yeah, so you really have that nice and solid. You don't want to set up just on a 1-minute chart. That's obviously going to cause a lot of trouble for you. But the time frame on which you're identifying, the big time frame on which you're identifying the setup, you don't really want to use that same time frame for the level. Use something else for the level, or you just use automatic levels like yesterday's highs and lows. You can just go with that. You don't have to hunt down levels that way. So each chart has a specific purpose, you know. Otherwise, it does get messy. Yeah, this one's interesting. Look at this. Let's say you had this resistance right here. It's a couple of days ago. So on Tesla resistance, then at the big move, okay, all good, fine. Came back down through it, and before it did any of that, look at this. It's on the way up. Okay, we know this is a key level. It's on the way up, breaks through the level, comes back to it, and gives you this hammer. This one right here. What do y'all think? Is this a setup for a continuation to go long? Any ideas? It's been bullish. It broke through a key level, and it gave you this hammer. Any opinions? Anyone? That's a good one.
Long, I guess.
Long? You just close your eyes, go long? Is that it?
That's ambiguous because the previous candle is inverted. Like,
yeah.
Mm.
Yes, that's it. This previous candle is very troublesome, right? What a pain in the ass. Look at this thing. Really, what's going on? If you don't have the level here, ignore that. What's really going on? Look at this consolidation right here. Breakout, retest of that consolidation. Look at that. You know, call it a retest, but whatever it is, this was support turned into resistance. By the time this hammer closed, if you're thinking long, I mean, you'll get 5 out of 10 trades to work, maybe, but you'll blow up so many trades. And you'll really blow up an account doing this stuff. This is all contrary stuff. You gotta have everything in context. This is why I'm looking at price action first before I look at levels. This was a consolidation. This was a breakout. Again, there's only 2 things that ever happen. The market goes sideways, then it goes directional, right? That's it. So it went down, it came back. This, to my eyes, looks like it could easily be a retest. So, if anything, I'll be interested in a short. If anything, if I have a conviction in the level, retest, all that stuff, right? Sure enough, it went long, but this is a very tricky zone. If you're looking at it this way, this is crazy. Also, if you look at it, these two, both of them are red, right? As we were saying, gray candles, bearish candles. So truly, this is all seller. There's only a little bit of buyers down here, and they closed over here. They didn't even close a bullish candle. You want to go long here? No way, no way. Not on this chart, not on this candlestick pattern. I'm not going long. No way. I don't care if that's a key level or what. That's not the right price action. Okay, I'm not here. Not the way I want to do it. There's other ways to catch this long. You might think of this resistance right here. Right? What was this? Then you have the opening breakout. basically a 15-minute kind of war. Just go with that one. That's much easier. So your long would be really in this area on a smaller time frame than down here or over here. Over here is just dangerous. Yeah, be careful of these things. Again, reading price action, I think, is the most important thing. It's just pattern recognition, really, candlestick patterns. The stuff that 4-year-olds do in kindergarten. That's what we here as middle-aged adults, most of us, are trying to do. It's kind of pathetic that we can't do it right. It's just pattern recognition, truly. Practice pattern recognition if you can. Find ways to practice that outside trading. Do some math, do something. And I think that's the most important skill with price patterns, price action. Do this. We're getting a mild little descending wedge now, maybe. If you look at that bottom, just to get to the bottom. All that, even if all that happens, it's break and retest, right? Break and retest before you get into anything.
Have you took any trade today?
Yeah, I attempted oil. Where was it? Here. Stopped out on it. I can't even remember where was it. I think it was here. I don't know. Yeah, break and the retest here, go long, got stopped out. I think it was this area. Was it this area? I don't even know. Maybe it was this area. This was done. It was early. It was here. It was in this area. Yeah. Break, retest, and got the stop out. That was it. It's the only thing I really found.
Well, why do you take that trade? Can you explain what happened? What did you see?
Yeah. I'm trying to catch, where did I put on this trade level? I don't even know if it was here. See, the thing is, I don't keep any of these executions or anything on my charts anymore. Makes life a lot easier. Let me see, where did I catch this trade? This one, it stopped out somewhere. Well, first thing is to identify momentum. This was yesterday. This was today. Actually, I think it was here. Was it here? Yeah, this makes sense. I think it was here. Anyways. So confused, yeah. Shit. Anyways, momentum going through these two candles. This area makes perfect sense. Momentum going through, that's the obvious resistance. It goes, catch the retest. On the 1-minute chart, you can look for the retest, you enter, it doesn't work, you stop out. That's all there is. You can even do it on a 15-minute chart, it's that simple. But let me see if I can pinpoint where that was. I keep moving the level because I don't really care about where it is. It's more important that the price is in the right place. I think it may have been here. Lots of momentum, break, retest. You can see the activity going up and then it comes down and stops out. Again, it's just these patterns I'm looking for. To tell you about the trading, really, if I show up and the chart looks like this, I'm not interested. But then I start to see this big candle, and then when I see this and I look to the left and I see, look at that, that's 3 candles, and this one was there, this one's a little bigger, this was a big one. Okay, so momentum came in. Did this momentum break out of somewhere that it was struggling from? Well, yeah, over here. It finally printed new highs. All right. So here's where I'd start watching it and see if I can catch a breakout. This hammer would be a little troublesome. I don't think I'd play with this one. But that's the whole thing. And there's, you can write it down and draw perfect diagrams, but every single trade has different details to it, different nuances to it. It's variations of the break and the retest, because no 2 pieces of price action go looking identical, right? So in this case, let's say, yeah, there's a lot of sellers up there, and then it pushed, put a wick here. That's tricky. So after seeing this one, I don't think I'd be looking at it much more. So I don't think it was this one that I took. But anyways, that's how I'm looking at these things. Let me see if I can really find that one. I don't think it was here. I don't think so. Now, do you guys remember? I explained this about 10 minutes ago. Maybe it was here. Again, momentum, break, catch the retest here. This is the stop out. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense the way I trade. Anyways.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, I don't think it was here. It was one over there. Anyways.
I think you said around 9 a.m. 9 a.m. sometime around then.
9 a.m. today.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
I think it said 9 a.m. your time.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. That was,
okay.
that was
Sorry.
back. No worries. That was in this area, I think. I don't know. See, again, I like this. I like where, if you guys remember, I used to use the other platform where all the trade executions and everything was right on the screen. And you know what? All that stuff, since I've removed it all, it's less triggering. It's funny. You talk about trading psychology, you put on trades and then you stop out on trades, or you have winners, whatever they are. The truth is the trade's over. Whether you stopped out or you made a profit, it's over. It's in the past, and you don't want to be living in the past if you're looking at real-time price action and deciding if you should put on risk or not, right? So there's no execution marks on the screen like this. I don't even know what happened. You ask me now, what was that trade? I'm like, I don't even know. It's not even here in front of me. I took a screenshot probably somewhere, shared it. That's about it. That's all the documentation that there is. So this is great. You're not getting triggered by past events. Again, just removing it, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Just use that. Very simple. I like this. I started doing this a while back with when I was using NinjaTrader, and now I'm doing it here too. I refuse to put the execution marks on this. The only thing that's on is when I put a trade on, the stop loss and the target and the position, or it shows where it is. That's all there is. And once the trade's over, it just disappears. And it's like nothing ever happened. There's no notification. There's no bell. There's nothing. It just goes. Disappeared like it was never there. Perfect, right? And I won't even know if it hit the target or not, because most of the time when these things hit targets, I'm not even there. I've left it alone. I'm telling you, that's the best way to go. Really, that helps you just live in the moment, focus on real-time price action rather than constantly looking at that stop out that you took 2 hours ago. It's looking at you as you're looking at the screen and trying to figure out a new trade. You know, that's no good. I don't think that's any good at all. So I'm glad I've removed that along with these, red candles. They are now gray candles. Right? Much easier, much easier. Remove all the triggers as best as you can. And then you've got nothing left but pattern recognition. It's like being in kindergarten again. It's great. Carefree, completely carefree. Just watch for the patterns you like. That's all there is. All right. Okay. Yeah, this thing, see no momentum on the MES, sitting up there. It's pretty obvious, really. Plenty of momentum and slowed down, and plenty of momentum. You can see the candles being small, so the momentum slowed down. It's pretty obvious. Same thing here. Momentum, and then small candles means no momentum. That's it. It's not like to wait for there to be momentum, then there's momentum slows down, it comes back, and if the momentum comes in again, as in it bounces off where it broke out from, that's your opportunity. That's where I like to enter. Yeah, this one would have been fun. No retest. Yeah, that's all there is, really. All right, enough of me. What about you guys? Anyone got something you want to talk about? Any price action, any charts, any trades, any psychology, the more interesting things? How's the weather where you are? Let's talk about that.
Freezing.
It's warm. Is it warm? It's not that warm. It's okay. I was just in the swimming pool a couple hours ago. It was okay. It's actually nice in the pool. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, well, we're here. We can talk about whatever you like. Gone through all this already. What do we have here? MNQ. Let's see. There's momentum, and breakout happened. We have. It's hard to pick a point on this chart, huh? But if you really look at it, there is some momentum here. It's been generally upward. It seems to be slowed down now. And the previous 15-minute candle bounced off the high of that little indecision candle. That was some resistance, not really firm because it wasn't a couple of candles reaching into it. And now it seems to be bouncing off again. But this is all tricky. Now you're getting too cute about it. Yeah, this is what a key level looks like, isn't it? It really, look at that, support. It didn't just go through it, like over here, it went through it. It really went up and went the other way. Then the breakout happened. So that level makes a lot of sense to my eyes. Even here for that matter, makes sense. Here, it doesn't. The very next candle just goes. It wasn't truly resistance where they were able to push down or at least hold it down for a little bit. Then the breakout, then the retest. None of that's happened. This is just pushed above it, bouncing off it for now. For all you know, it's going to chop in this area for the rest of the day. You don't know. So this is what keeps me away from it on a 15-minute chart. Oof, on the 1 minute, you're getting lower highs. Here comes your reversal. But no, be careful with it. This is all a mess. Be careful. I wouldn't touch it. These candles, they're so big, you know. I don't like this. I mean, this is typical of the New York Open. All the candles are massive. And if you want to enter and your style is to put a stop on the other side of the candle, well, your freaking stop is so wide. How are you going to ever make any money? Any RVR? But it's these candles that I like. When I trade, a lot of my trades, I put them on before the New York Open, overnight in the US. And you have candles that look like this. So let's say you enter a short here and it stops on the other side of the candle. It's a huge RVR. It's amazing. So you want to enter when the candles are small. That's the key. That's why I don't even look at the market when it's doing all this. This is the first half hour of the New York session. It's a waste of time. Let everyone go blow up their accounts. I don't want to participate.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last one. AMD, I'm just seeing the candles on AMD right now.
Hmm.
On a 15-minute chart, it pulled a big, like it broke all the levels there. Do you see now a long to break the high of the day?
All right, let's see. So what we have here, yeah, you got some momentum. This was obviously a big momentum candle. It started the candle before, really. Buyers down at the bottom of this hammer. This was the obvious resistance. There you go. Right. Breakout and wait for the retest.
And that candle also from the previous close yesterday's high, I think. If you look at I went back.
Yesterday's close. Where's yesterday's close?
I think it was high as well.
Here. It was here. This is yesterday's close.
Yeah.
No, it's today's open.
Oh, okay.
This is yesterday's close. Yeah, it's in the same area.
Yeah, so it put big candle on top of that. I'm just thinking, does it mean that it's a bullish candle and it's gonna go up?
You know what? Be careful what you say. It's gonna go. It's not gonna go. These
No,
are
I'm just as what I'm seeing. Yeah, like on a 15 minutes right now.
See, okay, on the 15-minute, again, real-time price action, irrelevant of yesterday's close and all that stuff.
Mhm.
The only thing that's relevant is this. Let's just look at it right now.
Yeah.
This pattern right here, you've had it's bullish, it put in resistance, it broke out of resistance, you wait for the retest. This is the only part of the chart that I'm looking at right now when I see this whole thing. Okay, that's it. Then I'll be looking up here, this zone for a target. Probably put it here, these ones. Maybe even use this. It's all in the same area.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. So this is interesting. So I'd identify this. I think this is decent.
Okay, good. We go again.
Wait for it. Just wait for it to pull back and go. It may not fully pull back. Let's look at this 1 minute. What does it look like? There we go. So that's obvious resistance. You had an obvious big breakout. It hasn't pulled back. It's very, very tricky. I want it to come close to this area. I mean, even penetrate the area a bit and go. And you can see right now, lower highs. Oh boy, be careful with this one. If you're thinking long and you see lower highs, be careful. It's telling you the sellers are stepping lower, 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 lower. So this consolidation is not an area to enter. Let it come in here, down here someplace. Bounce off. Get your bullish candle down here. Ideally, it's a small candle. You can get a tight stop. And your target is, let's start with this one for a target, around 450, 460.
Yeah.
Really, there's bigger targets further up if there truly is momentum. I mean, if you get from here up to here, that's already, for most people, that's about 10R. That's all right. You can live with that. But it involves waiting for it. Put an alert right here, right in this area. And just wait for it. Let it come there. If it comes there, you'll get alerted. If it doesn't come there, then I don't know, go to bed. Leave it alone.
Thank you. Yeah, it's also that time.
Yeah, leave it. I mean, it could happen later. It could, in the last hour of the New York session, it could just pop up through to 500, and you never know. You never know what the market's going to do, but you can wait for a good setup. And that's what we all must do. Just wait for a good one. Just wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. And when it's good, put it on and accept that you're going to stop out half the time, even on the good ones. That's all there is.
Thank you. Last question. No more questions.
No more? What? No more? Oh, we're just starting to have fun.
Oh, I'm just learning the candles. Thank you so much.
No worries. No worries. Always have questions, but I've always got a ton of questions. Always. I'm always like, oh, what if I did that on the chart? And I'm going to try it out, all the time. It's good to have questions. It's good to be curious. You never know what you come across. It's amazing. I mean, hell, I was told you got to day trade all these equities and you need all this capital. And I said, what if I just trade options? Turns out I didn't need all this capital and I made a tremendous amount of money. It was just like, it's ridiculous. Who the hell said 1% per day as a result is all that you can really do and it's reasonable? Hell with that, man. You want to know how many days on which I doubled the account? Like multiple different days. Averaged out about, I don't know, 10% per day at the end of the quarter in the last couple of years. That's pretty cool. But that's only because I was always asking questions. I was curious about what can I do better? How can I make this more efficient? What about 80-20, I don't need to load up the account with $1 million just so I can buy 1,000 shares of Tesla. What a joke. I can buy 10 contracts of Tesla. That's equivalent to 1,000 shares. It's a lot cheaper too. Off you go. Started with that in 2023, I think, 24. You never know what you come across. Have questions and direct them, at the market and at people around you. You never know what you find. This is interesting on AMD. So you just put in this little hammer. And then the new high, is that your entry with a stop below it? Anyone want to guess? You just got this hammer. Continuation pattern. Look, it's been bullish. It's been sideways. But we just got the buyers coming in aggressively to this hammer. What do you think? Anyone want to take a stab at this one? Entry up here at the new high, stop right below the hammer. What do you think? Big target overhead. That'll be 20R. You can take it. Any takers?
No.
Why not? No? Why not? No? Oh, come on. Give me a good reason.
Look to the left.
Yes, look to the left. Thank you.
Garbage.
It's all garbage. That's right. Thank you so much. This is all garbage. And actually, to the contrary, look at this reverse hammer. This one does have a bit of room to the left. It's more bearish than bullish, even with this bullish hammer, right? These are little tricks that the market will play on us. Gotta be super careful. I mean, overall, I think it's sideways, but yikes. This is where you want to learn these lessons without having to lose money to learn them. Really sit and watch price action. Yeah. I wonder how many people stopped out on AMD in this area in the last 1 hour. All these various traders around the world trying their luck. Unbelievable. Oh, sorry, I'm not seeing the chat here. What do we got? Julian, see that? Suzanne, look at MNQ this morning at London Open. Big green candle, 9:30. Suzanne, MNQ. MNQ, 15-minute London Open. What time is London Open? I have no clue. This is all Eastern time over here that I've got on this chart. So it's about 1:30 Eastern. This is the New York Open. 9:30 Dutch time. Am I supposed to know Dutch time now? I like the cheese and the little rubber ducks, but that's all there is in the Netherlands, really. It's all good. Eastern time, 3:30. 3:30 Eastern. Cool. Thank you. 3:30 Eastern. All right, let's zoom back. Where are we? 3:30 in this area. Bullish activity. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, this makes sense. So if I see this kind of bullish activity, then I'd look to the left, see where it could have possibly broken out from, and I'd come right to this level. You can see that obvious resistance, obvious breakout. The retest happened pretty quickly. I think I wouldn't have put the level on in time to catch this one. I'd probably put on the level after this candle closed. And so if the retest didn't happen immediately, and actually when it did happen, it became a descending wedge. So that'll be a tricky one to catch. And also look to the left. If you're catching along in this area, your target zone is about here. Look at that. It already made the move. So this thing on a 15-minute chart made the move without giving you a retest. So I wouldn't answer. But if you're just simply catching a breakout, you'd have to have that level marked beforehand and then catch the breakout if you catch breakouts. I don't like to do that. So no, I don't call this a retest. If anything, this is actually getting ready for momentum to the downside. You can see the descending wedge. And sure enough, the momentum did come. Not so clean. It would be hard to catch, I think. But it was there. Don't be sorry, Susan. We got people from all different corners of the world in this room. All different time zones. I don't know why I have the New York time zone here on my chart. I should change that, right? Time zone. Let's see. What do we got? New York. Let me change that. So it makes more sense to me. There we go. Dubai time zone. Fantastic. Now we're in business. Now everyone wants to tell me anything. You got to use Dubai time zone, okay? Anyone? Everyone? Got it? No more Eastern or the Netherlands or forget about Pacific time. Oof, it's the worst. There we go. Dubai time zone. Makes absolutely no difference to me. Before you know it, we'll start talking Arabic in here too. Yeah, Tarek, you lead the way with the Arabic. Yeah. And then we'll have Hindi as well. We have a lot of Hindi guys, Indians in here. Yeah, and India. Your Hindi is funny. It's with the Egyptian accent. I love it. You know, my favorite is out here in Dubai when you'll spend time with some of the locals when they speak Hindi. Oh my God, I love it. It's hilarious. Again, with a very Emirati Arabic accent. It's so great. We're in the desert half the time we're speaking Hindi. It's funny.
Best thing, Avi, that my friends are trying to convince me that I have a very good Hindi accent. This is what they're trying to implant. Like, dude, your accent is a killer. So apparently, it's a killer. Funny, not killer. But
Are these Indian guys trying to convince you?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It worked.
You know how Indians talk, right? Don't listen to them. Seriously. The language is based on always say one thing to mean another thing. The whole culture is based on that. I can't get it. It's too confusing. It's a cultural problem from India. Nothing ever works in a straight line. Everything, if you can do it in a straight, simple way, you must do it in a zigzag, circular way just to make it, I don't know, chromatic. It's a cultural issue. Every culture has its quirks. It's quite entertaining, actually. Yeah, look at that. We got a few Indians in here. Ronak's asking about the accent. Yeah. We'll do that at happy hour. Huh? We'll try different languages. All right. Well, here we are. I don't see anything going on in the markets. This market's an absolute joke. Right, might as well end this recording because what else?